video games. So what have you been playing?
Well, I have honestly taken a nostalgia trip this past week. So for one, when we moved recently, I had an Xbox 360 that open for a while. It's one of those R2D2 ones. Comes with a nifty C3PO controller, which I love this thing. Anyway, I pulled it out and actually connected it because I was like, I want to go back to playing 360 sometime. And both of my controllers, I could not get to turn on no matter what. Changed the batteries, weren't working. Finally, I went to YouTube and watched some, funnily enough, Russian kid give me a tip. Basically, the thing that makes it connect, you got to put a piece of paper in the battery pack. So hopefully that doesn't catch on fire. But I got that to work, and was the first time I've opened up my 360 in probably like 4 years. Yeah. And I actually started playing Black Ops again, like just some
nice.
like tutorial matches, just playing with bots to kind of just go back to something simple, and that was really fun. And then I forgot that I had Minecraft on this Xbox, and so I jumped into that, and it's been this weird like serotonin induced week because there's everything it's hitting in spots. The newest thing that I've done is I checked my phone yesterday because I was looking at some Oculus Quest stuff, and I noticed on the Beat Saber store that there showed a Linkin Park music pack. And I audibly gasped, and my wife responded by going, "Is it something like weird and nerdy, or is it something serious?" And so I told her, so she didn't.
It's serious to me, biatch.
But I was like, you know what? Yeah, like I'm gonna get that, and I played it last night, and if it wasn't for my mother-in-law and my wife both asleep, I would have been singing as I was playing. Like, dude, it is so dumb. Yeah, dude, it is so much fun. Like, the background is really cool, and also what's helping is the place that I used to live. I had a very small living room, and I think that had to do with why my VR wouldn't work a lot of the times. Beat Saber I'd be playing, or even Super Hot, and like my arms would fly over here, or they would do something weird.
Yeah.
And, like, it made me not want to play because I'm like, dude, I'm not having fun. And the place we live in now has got a bigger living room, and I think that helps because I was like, everything was on time, there wasn't any glitches, and I actually had fun playing VR. But dude, playing Bleed It Out like on hard,
digging deeper just to throw it away.
So much fun. I think it's like $13 on.
How many tracks?
Let me actually. That's what I was doing right now. Bear with me, guys. You're going to hear the clicky board.
He's cracking baby necks.
Okay, so the full track list.
Yes,
and it's like $14 for the pack. The full track list is Bleed It Out, Breaking the Habit.
Yes.
Faint.
Okay, yeah.
Faint was fun. Faint was super fun. Given Up is on there.
Give it up. Yeah, what?
I give it up. The one's like you've got In the End.
Yeah, of course.
New Divide, which I cannot wait to play.
Yeah.
That seems perfect for Beat Saber. You've got Numb, One Step Closer, Paper Cut, which Paper Cut is fucking fun to play. Somewhere I Belong, which is one of my like slow favorite Linkin Park songs.
Yeah, that one's gonna be an easy one for sure.
Yeah, what I've done is hard. I tried what I've done on medium and hard, and it was like, all right, man, this is a little tense. But yeah, it's super fun. I'm really glad that I picked, because I was just that's the most fun I've had in Beat Saber since I've gotten it. And then playing some Modern Warfare 2 remastered campaign. So that's pretty much it. Not anything new apart from that. What have you been playing?
What have I been playing?
Yeah, don't act so fucking offended. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. Every once in a while when there's nothing coming out, I do kind of go into my like backlog and I bring up some some older games. One of the older games that I brought up was actually Alien Nation. You know that one?
Yes, I know it. I never played it.
Oh man, it's good. Although I have to say, like by the end, I'm definitely like I want a new gun because basically, depending on who you play as, you have slightly different primary guns, but then every secondary and every heavy weapon are all the same, and so literally all you're doing is just incrementally going up in numbers. You know what I mean? And so it's like, oh yay, this number is bigger than this number. Yippity dippity. Or this one's purple and that one's, orange or whatever. Like, so, but at the same time, it's really cool. It's like Dead Nation, only it's Alien Nation. So, but it still has the real like Dead Nation feel to it. And I do like how there are only like 4 or 5 different maps, and each time it kind of does like that Destiny thing where it drops you on a different part of the map and then you do an objective or whatever. But if you want to, you can just go and explore. And actually, I usually do that because what I do is I set it onto the hardest mode and then I'll go and grind around a little bit. So that either I can hopefully get a better gun or I can actually level up or whatever. So then it makes the rest of the, level a little bit, more doable. But yeah, like they have these like kind of, I guess, public events if you want to compare it to Destiny. So like one is you have to like survive this horde, and so just like waves and waves of enemies or whatever, and it's fucking crazy, especially if you have it on hard or whatever. And then there's this other one where it has a basic enemy, but now they're purple, and usually they have some kind of like special abilities. So like there's one where like it'll do this big freeze shockwave.
Do the roar.
It'll do this big like freeze shockwave. So if you're inside it, it'll freeze you, and then obviously it'll beat the shit out of you or whatever. There's one, sometimes it'll have like a mortar attached to its back, which it's dumb because like they don't specialize each boss, so it's literally just like this floating mortar behind it. Like they don't even like. That's another thing that I don't particularly love about it, is that all the enemies, like there's just different variations of the enemies, and it's like, oh, this one's the soldier, but it's pink, so that means it's a sniper now, and now it's orange, so that means it's a flamethrower now. And it's just like, it just seems kind of lazy, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
at least in Dead Nation, you had the boomer, you had the spitter, you had the typical kind of Left 4 Dead zombies or whatever, and they all look different from each other, So
Yeah, and that's kind of funny going back to like, because you have moments where when it comes to playing games that, oh, I don't mind playing something that I know is older. I'll put rose tinted glasses on, and then sometimes where it's like, well, no, because that's been my biggest thing, is I haven't been able to figure out what the hell I want to play. Like I know that the next game I'm going to physically buy will be Ghost of Tsushima. Like I've already made that decision.
yeah, are you gonna buy it in time for the co-op?
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure out. It's pretty much whenever we are able to, like, hey, do we have this extra income? Can I do it? So,
Yeah.
But I've been trying to like just find something to do till then.
Yeah.
And, it was, whenever I was playing Modern Warfare, it was really between playing that or booting up Infamous 2 on PS Now. But Infamous 2, I was having some connection issues with, and it was kind of jittering, so I stopped. But that I had that moment of, do I want to play this game because it's so much older, and it's like, do I want to deal with shit that like they've been fixed by now?
Yeah, right.
But it just depends on what you're in the mood for. But yeah,
I was literally talking about Infamous the other day. Was it with you or was it with somebody else?
Might have been with someone else.
Okay. Because, I've been thinking about Infamous or whatever, especially that first one. Like, the second one's really good, by all means, but the first one in particular, I really like, and I think it was just because it was, kind of something new. You know what I mean?
So, for me, I actually have Infamous the way I view Halo 1. I played both of them way after they were
a thing.
And I couldn't. I viewed it from the lens of games that I've seen today, and I couldn't.
Yeah,
Like,
can't
Infamous
do that.
1, Infamous 1 looks like dog shit. Infamous 1 looks so terrible. It really looks bad. Like there's no design on anything. But I booted up Infamous 2 for the very first time, even though it's a PS3 streaming on a PS4. Like, it looked great. Like, even though
yeah.
it's 2011, it was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the other game we were talking about? Oh, Ghost of Tsushima. When I heard that they were going to do freaking co-op for that, I'm like, that just sold it for me. Like,
Yeah.
by all means, it's been getting like accolades left and right, almost to the point where it's annoying. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
I brought it up. Was it last button mashing or was it morning grind? And either way, I brought it up that I was like, isn't this weird how it's getting so many accolades, whereas like Last of Us has a transgender person. All of a sudden it's like, oh, what a crappy ass game. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and so like it's almost annoying to me, you know.
Well,
not that I think that Last of Us is perfect by any means, but just the absolute vitriol that game got, depending on what side you were on, obviously. But obviously, the people who were giving it vitriol were just really freaking loud about it. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Yeah.
the minority or the silent minority, loud majority, or something like that. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
And to cover myself in the comments, that decision is not because of shit like that. It's just I am so stressed out with quarantine, like everyone else. I don't need a game.
You don't
that's
need a fungus zombie game.
Yeah, the fungus zombie game that's going to have me even more stressed out whenever I can play a fucking samurai game by the same people who make Infamous. And so, like, that's where I'm going with right now.
Totally. What am I playing? What have I been playing? I decided like on the spot, and I'm like, you know what? I love this so much. I have to keep playing it. So I wanted to find an excuse to play it, and boom, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so here we go. There it is. All right. So, I guess you can't see it, can you? Darn it.
No, I can. So, like, you're fine. You're fine.
Just
describe it.
Look to your left.
Like I'm doing right now.
Yeah, and then just look amazed. Whoa. Okay. So this is Rogue Legacy 2. I bought into the early access. Actually, it says right here, the patch 59 days away. So far, I freaking love it. So I'm going to go through just a basic one, and then I'll start talking about like what I like about it or whatever. But so if you ever played did you ever play the first one?
No. I am novice to this completely.
What's going on?
What's going on? Guys, we're doing it
Oh,
live.
for fucking hell, man. Okay, there we go. God, that was weird. And I said, okay. So, here, I'm going to go with this guy, because good, no weird-ass treats. So, the first one, if you don't know, like this dipshit, Rogue Legacy was a roguelike, and, so basically you went into an evil castle, and every time you went into that evil castle, it would randomize.
The king touched you.
What?
Sorry. I said the king would touch you.
Anyways, it would randomize, and so, yeah, there you go. I mean, that's pretty much it. And so now this is kind of the same, but better. So, first thing you might notice if you played the first one is the art style. The art style is now, like, hand-drawn rather than, like, 16-bit. I love that. Dear God, I love that. Everything just seems much more alive, you know what I mean? Whereas before, it's like, I'm playing a video game. And granted, it's still a cartoon or whatever, but it feels like it has way more personality. It has way more going on, you know? Oh, I'm playing. How I
feel about the messenger.
I'm playing on a freaking PlayStation controller, but I have Xbox prompts.
Oh, okay. So you're using Game Pass?
No, I bought the fucking game on Steam, and yet their controller support is only Xbox or whatever. It's annoying as hell. Anyways, so it's your typical kind of side scroller. And the first one was too. But what I like, the very first thing I like that they changed, and actually probably my favorite thing is that the characters that you choose, you had classes in the first one, but now this time around the classes actually matter. So for instance, right now I'm playing as the Barbarian. So you see I got a nice little Skyrim helmet on, and I have an axe. Well, in the first one I'd have the Skyrim helmet on, sure, but I'd still have the normal ass sword with the normal ass attacks. And so really the only thing that was different is I would have a helmet and a special ability, which would be on Y or triangle if you're a normal person. Yeah. So that didn't necessarily change, but I felt like the classes weren't different enough for me to ever really use the special abilities. So like I never really used them that much, you know, whereas like now it's like I can use them all the time. So like for instance on the Barbarian, I shout and it freezes people. So now they're frozen and I can go up to them and F them up. Oh geez. And there's just a lot about it that I really like. Oh, fuck me. I like not only are you get a weapon, but they also added new, like I almost want to die on purpose just so I can get my archer, because actually one of my favorite now is the archer. I basically chose this one because I'm like, okay, this is the most basic ass bitch. Oh, see, you have an aerial recovery. So now I can, like, recover in the air. Couldn't do that before, so I love that change. So I'd be like, oh. So here, I'm going to die on purpose. Die on purpose!
Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die.
Time's up, bitch. Close your eyes. Oh, even like see, here's a really good example right here. If I was a dwarf, I'd be little and I could fit into the space right here. So it has little like traits. Every time you die, your air takes over. You know what I mean? So your kids basically. And so yeah, like there's.
Oh, I thought you meant like your breathing. That honestly, thank you for explaining that, because like yes. I really thought you meant air.
Yes, like David Air.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, I'm dying on purpose now. Oh, this is new too. See, before it would show you down below, you see what enemies I killed, but now it actually shows me like the different rooms and stuff. I like that. It's little changes, but it's all enough basically to really make it feel different. I don't know what Puritan is. I'm scared to. So then you can see I can choose between these guys. So here's a mage. He has Wand Blast, Magma, and Wind Wall. And you'll see traits. He doesn't have any traits. Then you have this one, Chronic Fatigue Syndrome. I haven't played as a character with Chronic Fatigue symptom, so I don't know what that means. Whereas as soon as I play with him, the next time I have it, I at least know what the fuck it is. Ranger, he has the arrow. His special ability is you basically create a little platform for you to walk on, and then everybody has a different spell or whatever. And see, he has Puritan. And I like this because like you also can see that there's plus 10% gold. So I could play as the mage and just get the normal amount of gold, or I can play as one of these guys, get 10% gold extra, but then I have to deal with whatever these traits are. And like they could be a good trait, they could be a bad trait. So we're going to see what Puritan is, because I love the archer, and I'm hoping it's not so detrimental that it's going to really screw me over. Little change. I know it's enemies are censored. Enemies are censored, so they're like going to be like blurred out or something. Little change or whatever, but you can see my castle up there, and it actually changes based on how I'm building it. So I walk up here and it's like I'm walking up to my castle or whatever. It's a dumb little change, but it's fucking awesome. There's even like I can go like this and I kind of do like a little mid-air bump or whatever. I like that. You have like a offshore account or whatever. It's a safe and a life preserve. And so usually he takes all of my gold, but now he puts some away in a safety deposit box. So I like
you
that.
Be a smart shopper. Yeah.
Yep.
Responsibilities. Yeah.
Responsibility.
Financially
What's
stable.
So here we go. I'm the rogue. And
You do put the rogue in rogue.
I'll put the rouge in rogue. Oh God! This is what it means. They're all censored or whatever. I hit right on the fucking spikes like a noob. Oh, he fell on the spikes like an idiot. Oh, jeez. So yeah, I like this guy because it's like I can obviously do stuff from far away. So I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
And see, like the animation really just makes it so, like, it just feels so much more alive. You know what I mean? Just so much more alive. I feel like I'm. Oh, geez, that's a fire guy. Oh, geez. So the bad thing about them being censored is that sometimes it's hard to tell what kind of enemy they are, and just like in like a Dark Souls or something, and like knowing what attack is coming is really important. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I typically know what's coming.
So like if I had to like rate this out of just the little bit of time that I've played already, like this is a day one purchase for me, because if you just love side scroller hack and slash kind of games, it's a must. If you loved the first one, it's actually even more of a must, because it's like they took everything that worked from the first one and they made it better. You know, like everything about it is so much better. Yeah, I mean, if they remastered like they did with Modern Warfare 1 and 2, I honestly wish they would just skip 1 and go straight to 2, because like 2...
Dude, fuck no. No. If they skip Black Ops 1, I'm going to be furious, because Black Ops 1's story is like... I love Black Ops 2, but Black Ops 1, man...
fuck off.
I would take Black Ops 1 over Black Ops 2 in terms of campaign and like a remastered story any day of the week.
Well, yeah, story, but I'm talking about like game overall. Overall, Black Ops 2, I love the maps, I love the feel of it, the guns, the perks, everything.
And it could be just the way I'm looking at it.
Plus,
too.
think about this. Black Ops was the one that first introduced the pick-10 system. So it's like, they still have that today. Granted, it's different or whatever, but still, it's like, they forever changed Black Ops. Forever.
Yeah, well, yes, I agree in terms of like how the game feels. Black Ops 2 is better, but like I think for me, when it comes to the remasters, especially since Modern Warfare 2 was campaign only, I've been looking at it in the sense of like, oh, like these are good like stories that I loved, that I'm gonna get to play much prettier on my nicer TV than when I first played them, and experience them again. And I would love to do that with Black Ops 1, because I love that campaign.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think they will, but I mean, with the mismanagement that feels like it's going on at Treyarch right now, we really don't know what actually will happen.
Treyarch?
Treyarch.
Oh god, I'm getting fucked.
They're my Treyarch rival.
Oh Jesus. I almost want to just get the fudge out. No, stop it! I'm gonna die. I'm going to die.
Going to die.
Fuck, dude. I just did like a Kamehameha on their ass. On their ass? Oh no!
Yeah, that part I gathered, but I don't know what's going on because I can't see your game.
That's what you get.
For what?
For being alive in 95.
Well, I mean, technically it was the end of 95, so can you even count it?
Can you? Yes. Will I? Maybe. Am? Yes. Did you get what I did there?
Yes, I did.
I'm funny. How funny if I am.
So, I mean...